Good morning, friends. So I do have a guest here with me again today, and this guest is my old friend, and you may know her from Vacation Bible Camp. It's Polly. So Polly, what have you been doing since Vacation Bible Camp? Stuff. Now, Polly didn't come to Vacation Bible Camp this year. She was busy apparently being a unicorn. And what were you doing? Spreading joy. And that's a good thing, right, folks? Sometimes we dress up in silly little costumes to bring joy to people and joy to ourselves, and that's great. That is a good thing to do, to bring joy to people. And this morning I left my hair down because I was feeling a little silly. And you remember in high school, did any of you do this? You had the long bangs, and if you were feeling particularly shy or maybe small or vulnerable, you would flick your bangs down, right? I'm not 16 anymore. I'm kind of okay with it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those out of my eyes. Maybe. So that you can see me, friends. And I do want you to see me. I'm a valuable person and a daughter of God, and I would like to be seen. I'm no longer hiding. I admit, I did that sometimes as a teen. I had a lot of traumatic things happen and a lot of issues go on, and I did hide a lot, literally and figuratively. I'm not there anymore. And this Sunday's readings, oh, don't worry, Polly's still here. She's on my lap. This Sunday's readings had to do with the 99 and the gold coin. And I remember those. I never quite really understood those readings. So I loved the story of the 99 because I loved it because I always felt like I was the lost one and that Jesus was coming to find me. So I loved that as a kid, but never understood the prodigal son. I'm like, he was off doing all kinds of wacky, crazy things, and you just welcomed him back. Like, because I was technically the good kid. I did a lot of silly things, but I didn't do bad things. But I got blamed a lot for things that other people did. And so I identified with that older brother, and I was like, why? Why does that guy who goofed up so much, why does he get the party and I get nothing, right? And I did feel that way a lot growing up. And so I kind of resented that story, and I never understood it. And who helped me through that story was oddly her. So what happened was one year at Vacation Bible Camp, there was a puppet show involved, and it was really only for the pre-K kids, but I found that everyone kind of liked the adventures of Polly the pig. She was a sweetheart, and one day one of her fellow pigs broke through the fence and went over, and he was eating watermelon all day, and he got a tummy ache, didn't he? And he was stuck out there. He couldn't get back through the fence, so he was sunburned and he had a tummy ache. And when the farmer found him, though, he was so happy to find him and to rescue him and to have him back, no matter that he was kind of crawling back and grunting at the fence, groveling, trying to get back. That didn't matter. The farmer was so happy to see him. And Polly over here had missed her friend too, and she was a little jealous at first that he was greeted so warmly, that there was a big party. But then she remembered how much she loved that brother too, and how much she would want the farmer to come and look for her if she was lost. And not just lost like this sheep wandered away physically, but whether she was spiritually lost, or whether she was sad or depressed, like those teenagers who hide behind their hair and their black clothing and whatnot. Wouldn't you want someone to come to look for you, friend? So sometimes we think we understand a story and we don't. And that's why Jesus told us so many stories, so that we could identify with one of them. And I'm not ashamed to use a puppet. She's even got this. Oh, wait, now I can't get it. Cool little grunt feature. And she's soft and pretty. And I do love Polly. She's a great little pig. She didn't come to Vacation Bible Camp this year. It just didn't work out. I found that when I have teen boy volunteers, they don't appreciate doing the puppet shows. They prefer skits. So this year I had all teen boys, and I didn't bring in the puppets. The girls like the puppets more. So that's kind of ties into what my general theme today was the best laid plans, right? So like the shepherd, his plan is to take his sheep up on the mountain, and they're all going to be so happy to have this green grass, they're going to stay with him. But one wanders off. Now, whether he's lured off by some better looking vegetation, like, oh, why does that shepherd think he knows better? I know there's something over there, and I'm going to go get it. Maybe he was looking for shade. Maybe he wanted to play in the brook for a little bit. We don't know why that little sheep had wandered away, but he did. And the shepherd went right away looking for him as the second he felt that something was wrong. Yeah? And we all have that feeling sometimes. You're like, something's wrong. And then you find out something happened to a friend. And during the Mass, while Father's talking, I can see the couple in front of me is kind of moving funny. And then I realize what they're looking at is, okay, 2 rows in front of me was the back of a man, right? And there was a spider, no joke, like the size of a baseball, walking straight up his back. And at this very moment, that spider is right at the edge of his shirt, going to jump onto his neck. Right there, right? And I see that wife turn to her husband, gesture to him, and this was seamless. I tell you folks, this was seamless. The husband gently taps the man on the back and says, "Excuse me, there's a spider on you. It's okay, my wife is going to get it." Because this whole time the wife has been reaching in her purse for a Kleenex and gets it. Now the husband and wife didn't say any words. I didn't hear any words exchanged. And the wife calmly grabs it and just sets it down, right? Seamless. Now, had they planned to do that day? Absolutely not. Like, who has a plan? If there's a spider on a man in front of us this morning, this is what we're going to do. They didn't lay down that plan, and yet it worked seamlessly. Okay, I've been trying to plan. So Sundays I decided was my day to meal plan. So Saturday I'm going to go buy Staples and get suggestions from my family, and Sunday I was going to meal plan. Well, this week it's Saturday, and my husband looks at me and says, "We're on the way to the store. What's the meal plan for the week?" Because he's getting excited about this planning thing, right? And I was like, no, I have to plan on Sunday. This is Saturday. I don't have it yet. We're just supposed to go buy things we want, and then I'll make this beautiful plan from what we pick. And he's like, no, I would feel better having a plan. Okay. So I thought I pulled my mini planner out of my purse. We made a meal plan right there in the car. We both agreed on it. It was perfect for the events we had this week. We shopped for it. We came home, and so go forward. It's Monday, and I'm talking to my husband. I'm like, I have no idea what is for dinner today. I've looked everywhere. I can't find the meal plan. It's just gone. I don't know what it is. And we could remember the whole rest of the week. We could not remember Monday. God bless it. We could not remember Monday. We knew we planned it out. And the paper wasn't in my mini planner anywhere. But part of what happened this weekend, Sunday, we went to a picnic, and I was working at the welcome table. And it was a secular Franciscan picnic. So one of the things we do in our fraternity when you first go in, you sign in a notebook. You put money in the common fund that pays any fees, any money for our newspaper, newsletter we publish, whatever, and any extra money goes to charity. But we're used to, you go, you sign in, pick up your name tag, put your money in the box, go to your event. Well, so we were hosting the whole region, so anybody could come from other fraternities to our picnic. Well, it's funny because we have our book and our common donation fund box, right, and our name tags. Well, everybody was coming, and okay, I gave them a sticky tag so they could put a sticky tag on with their name, but they didn't have a notebook to sign in, and they kept asking for a notebook. So I was like, okay, I have my mini planner, no big deal. I'll flip to a blank page, and you guys can sign in. So I do wonder if I accidentally, when I took that out and put it in our book at the end of the picnic, if I didn't send my meal plan in with the attendance book. Oh well, somebody has a fun meal plan for the week. And speaking of that, I was set to work a 1-hour shift at this 4-hour picnic, right? Nobody else shows up to work their shift. So I'm there all day. And every time I start putting name tags away, somebody new comes in. Now, it worked out great because my husband did go get me food. My son, who got stranded by himself at a table, made some new friends. He made friends with the Fords, a lovely couple. I knew he would just bond with them immediately, so I wasn't worried about him. My girlfriend, her husband was still doing a tour of the shrine which must have kept getting longer and longer because he didn't show up till like the end of the picnic. So she kind of stayed with me because her plan wasn't working out as well. And even at the very last minute, because even somebody came by and they're like, you don't have to still be here. And I'm like, I've thought that, but every time I try and step away. So sure enough, at the very last minute, a couple came in and they had the wrong time and they drove like 2 hours to get there and they felt awful. But I was so blessed that we were still there to welcome them in and tell them it was okay. Like, our food's just packed away in coolers. If it's not out, we can grab it for you. We'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. We're so glad you came. And that's the thing, folks. Our plans, it's great to make plans. And it's great to make plans that you lay the foundation for. Like, I went and shopped everything for that meal plan. So even though I couldn't remember what to make yesterday, I found something to make because we did go buy all those staples. I could see what the other, we remembered everything else. So I knew what I needed all the supplies for later in the week. So I didn't like rob Peter to pay Paul, right? So that worked out. And that couple in Mass, like, they didn't really plan it, but their communication is so good, they could act quickly on the fly. And that's it, friends. Our best plan is to trust in God, right? We can do all that we can do, but life's going to happen. As long as we trust in God and just rely on Him, it'll be okay. The best laid plan is just trusting God. He'll take care of us. He took care of that one little lost sheep. You know, he was probably sitting down, maybe under a shade tree, and he just was like, something doesn't feel right. And he scanned around, and oh, that one little sheep, he knows. He knows that one loves to play by the brook. And he just looked up and saw it was gone. He felt it, looked up, knew it, ran out to get it, right? We're like that. We need that. We run off after shiny things. We think our plans are better than the Lord's, and we get ahead of ourselves. We don't need to do that. Let's stay little. It's okay to be joyful. It's okay. It's okay to sometimes get a little jealous. It's okay to sometimes wander off a little. But you have to daily go back and rely and trust in the Lord, that He knows what's good for us, and He'll carry you through. He won't let you stumble at all. He'll pick you up, right? Kind of puts you on the back of His shoulders and gives you a piggyback ride all the way home. So friends, I'm praying that you'll be able to trust and rely on God, and He will bring you beautiful things. He might not bring you a mansion, but He'll keep you safe. Thanks, friends. I'm praying for you. Please pray for me.